happy to be a part of this series because this is one untouched or place where no most of the women tend to ignore the physical, emotional, and the mental well-being. So this is a great work.
Main things which the women are dealing with in today's life, various stages that they go through in their life, and how important is their reproductive health as well. Yeah,
Yeah, Revati, era in which we are living, it is already, we are into this artificial intelligence kind of era, and
yes,
everything has changed. So
right.
is women's health and the awareness and the seeking medical help. Everything has changed totally. When you take 15 years back, it is different. Now it is different. So
Absolutely.
I would like to, run through some of the slides which I have made. I try to, compile everything, whatever the questions you have. So most of the aspects which we are missing out on our health and why do we have to care about our health? Everything I've tried to, portray in my slides. So I think
That
I'll
would be
just begin
awesome.
with mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would
Okay.
be awesome. What made you take up, a women health? Because you could have become anyone, like, pediatrician or a heart surgeon, whatsoever. So, but what inspired you to dedicate to women's health?
My the first instinct, I had to take MBBS. Like I wanted to become a doctor,
Yeah.
but when I entered, my internship, where we work in all the departments,
Hmm.
in all obstetrics and
Yeah.
all the pediatric surgery. The most the most satisfying department was, I mean, one of the satisfying department was obstetrics, where you
Okay.
deliver the babies and it is actually you see the actual beginning of life and how it happens, how we take care. So that is the thing which had inspired me most. And once I took the obstetrics, and once I started seeing women of all stages, then I was actually I am quite comfortable with them, and it's very I find it very comfortable first, and so the patients are also comfortable with us. So
Please.
it's one of the important thing which actually mattered most, because me being comfortable with the subject, and only after taking it I got to know that I can serve, I mean, I can do a better, I have a better purpose in life. That is what I put it across as. Because once you, I mean, we all have had many emotional stories with the patients, and many patients, have they have left us a very good mark, or a very good lesson to us, or very good learning from them. And
Hmm.
one such is when you diagnose a patient, and when they get, after that, when they come and visit you, it gives you the that purpose in life. What I don't call it as a satisfaction, I call it as a purpose of our life. That's all. So that is what we are meant for.
Awesome,
So
awesome.
we know that,
Yeah.
and we have been like this. We are all powerful, we have this innate. We are all Marvel women's only. The thing is, I had to, see a woman of around. I think she was 67, and
Okay.
she is a mother of 7 kids. Okay.
Oh my
So,
God.
okay, we call it as Para 7 Life 7. And when she came, and she was taken to my OPD by her, I mean, she accompanied her daughter. They just she had a very minimal complaint. I was just talking to her, and while casually talking, she was telling me, it is this time where actually women want to go to hospital and have their deliveries. I delivered everybody at home, and I just want, you know,
Yeah,
when the
I know.
hospital in the area was well, she wanted to go to the hospital to see how the hospital is. And
Oh,
then
okay.
there she delivered. Okay, she just went there and delivered, and she's so strong actually there than her daughter. So we all have that inner strength within us. The thing
Yeah.
is, the more I mean, the maybe the evolution or something, we have. get scared of things. That's all. We know things, that's why we are getting scared of things. All these women have gone through all this, and they have gone through, see, one episode of postpartum depression we are not able to tackle, but one 7 episodes, like these are the women who inspire me. Actually, it's not me
Yeah.
inspiring them, they inspire me a lot in everyday OPD. I see one such patient who inspire me, and this helps us to continue our work in the same pace. That's one important thing. Women I mean, they are the amplifiers. Like, once you meet with them and you have a talk, and
Yeah.
you see or what they are going through physically, mentally, and what is going on through their body, and with such problems, how they are living their everyday life, actually makes me think how everybody is blessed and how we have to tackle things. And it is not, I mean, as Dr. Athena rightly said, we need not become one. We already have it. We just have to unbecome
Yeah,
all the things which are
exactly.
not.
Yeah.
That is
You
an
just have to.
important thing.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to
that's true.
interrupt. Sorry to
That's
interrupt.
true. Yeah, when you combine the health aspect and the emotional and the mental health, it gives wonderful results, even in the treatment aspects as well. When you need to counsel them first, that what they are going through, because once if I start writing a prescription, give them the tablet, that is not going to work. Even if it is
Right.
the gold standard treatment, that doesn't work. I
Yeah.
tell them, unless they believe and they trust and they understand. So that is where all the mental wellness comes, and then they take it. Definitely that is going to yield beautiful results. So be it fertility.
Correct.
And I want to, I think
In a sentence, it's just a one sentence. If you have to tell about women health, what would that be? Dr. Ashika or Athena? Yeah.
prioritize yourself. So that is one thing. And because when you prioritize yourself, be it a fever or it an irregular period, or it is an abdominal pain, or it is a white discharge which is bothering you, or you're not feeling okay, you will just go to the gynec or the healthcare professional to seek help. So only when you prioritize yourself, you're going to do that.
Yeah.
So, women's health is all about prioritizing themselves first, especially in health issues. Because
Okay.
the we go through lots, like, for example, postpartum. And one more thing, as I wanted to mention about this postpartum depression. Postpartum depression is one thing which everybody is going to go through because of the hormonal changes. And we do have so much of support systems, and you need no, I mean, when you are going to go through one, definitely there is help. Don't think that all my mother has done it without all these therapies, so I can do. No, it is not like that. Your what the era in which you are living, and the stretch which you are taking, your mother did not take. So this is one thing you have to convince yourself. And you just have to just take it. That's all. No more ifs and it was, so what happens next, all this. No, you just have to keep it very simple. And that is also one thing. Keep it simple. Just go meet whoever, whatever is bothering you. Just talk to somebody. I've
Yeah.
seen patients who they are very scared to talk about their health issues, and even their mental health issues, be it a sexual relationship, or mental health issues, or a physically related, like some kind of this thing. They are very scared to talk about that. But when they come for the consultation, even it takes around 1 or 2 sittings to for them to open up. I think when it comes to that, you will understand what happens with the women only after 2 or 3 consultations. So always prioritize yourself. Go and get yourself screened, or just go. That's it.
So many, caregivers and so many things and challenges in today's world. So what is that myth that you would really want to burst here? And your thought, not
Uh, yeah, actually, the myth of women which I want to burst actually is, in different stages it is different. So in adolescent, it some the myth is it is okay to have irregular periods. That is the thing which we all have, across life.
Right.
It is okay to have irregular periods. No, no, it is not. It is not okay, because you should be able to predict your cycles. It can be, little, it comes in once in 45 days or something like that, but you should know your cycle. Not knowing your period's date is not okay, because when that is one thing which everybody is so casual about. I don't remember my period state. I don't know when it comes and when it goes. I just, this is one myth which has to be decoded uh, properly in all stages, because in every stage it has got a different problem. In adolescent it could be PCOD. In reproductive age group it could be, some kind of a hormonal imbalance. And in midlife it is going to have other problems, like, which concerns the uterus. Or if you are going to have something in the menopause, I mean close to menopause, so that is different.
Mm.
Having a proper period date and having heavy flow, it's not always okay.
No.
So there are having heavy flow. It's like some patients used to tell, it's like, 3 days I have this flow which is very heavy, and then after that it is okay. So it's not like that. So it's not like that. So it's like having a heavy flow. It's not okay at any stage of life. Okay.
Yes. Mm.
So, and the next thing is, when you talk about something, don't think that you're judged. No. If you have a complaint and you have genuinely some complaint, it could be an intimate complaint or anything, at the female reproductive parts, anything which you have to just talk it to the healthcare professional. Or if you are comfortable talking to somebody, you just talk to them, because sometimes it's it being the complaint, having a complaint in the private parts and not talking about it actually is it has got serious consequences. So if you have something, if you're not sure about what it is, I mean, it is better to go and get it examined. Okay, get yourself examined so that you'll be clear. Don't think, Google will give you, the internet will is going to give you millions of diagnoses on, and the diagnosis we have not even heard about. So
Uh-huh.
that is not your diagnosis. Somebody has to, see the problem, examine the problem, and tell you what it is. It is can be as simple as that. It can be a simple infection which has led to all that complaint. So whenever you think that, it's in this private part, I can't go, and it's very difficult for me to go, and I'm very much shy, it's not like that. First talk to them, make yourself comfortable, and just, I mean, go get away with it after examination. That's all. So this is one thing, because most of the complaints, it's going to be a vaginal discharge or a increased bleeding. We need women to be open about all this complaint to their healthcare professional. So that is one. And the menopause, yeah, menopause is one thing which I want to concentrate, because after 50, it is okay if you are taking care of your grandchild. It is okay if you are taking care of your daughter, son, but you have to take care of yourself. Having a period, once the period has stopped already, you're not getting your periods for 1 year and you think it is menopause. Yes, it is right. But is it okay to have periods after menopause? No, it is not always okay. Always you have to get yourself examined. So that is one more thing. I did have patients used to come and tell me, I did have just a casual spotting. Sometimes it happens. No, it's like that. In their words, it is like that. When I have examined, I have diagnosed some serious problems.
Yes.
So that is, it's better to just go and get yourself checked early. That's all. That stops there.
Right.
And one more important thing about in today's
Yes.
rat race, is what we encounter is pregnancy. People, because of their career and because of their education, they have postponed their pregnancy. And always, don't go and if you are taking a decision, if you think you want to plan your pregnancy later, it is okay to plan. Okay, there are but get yourself checked and make sure that you know how are your general health status, and then plan. It's okay to plan your pregnancy little later. Your career comes first, your passion comes first, that is okay. But in the near future or in the future, if you're planning, just have a proper timeline. See, in
Right.
I'm now in this stage. Now my health is like this. Okay, you just talk to your doctor or a gynec. I'm just going to plan my pregnancy. Is it okay? Or should I plan it a little early? Have a proper flow chart or timeline in front of you. Because when I ask couples, when are you going to plan? They themselves have no clue. So because and when I ask them, so okay, suppose if you become pregnant in this month or next month, are you planning to continue? Because planning a
Yeah.
pregnancy is very important, and not have no, I mean planning not to become pregnant is also very important, because once you get an unplanned
Yes.
pregnancy, you should know how to deal with it. It takes so much of, once you see the scan and you see the heartbeat, you cannot, I mean there you it is always the woman's right to either take it forward
Yeah.
or not, but you should always have a plan. So you should know how to deal with it. And having a counseling on contraception, knowing what happens, you should always have a backup plan. Having a backup plan is very important. Planning your pregnancy is important, and it all goes hand in hand. And you need not take everything on your head, not think about it all the time, because we've got things keep changing. We are almost in the era of egg freezing. So, and now I have had, I keep getting patients who have concerns about what about the quality of the egg. See, nothing we
Mm.
can tell for sure. So whatever is in front of you, you have to, at this point, at the present, at this moment, that we can assure. After that, what happens, nobody knows. So always think rationally, plan properly, and be very practical. If you want to go ahead with your career, just go ahead. No guilt, no regrets. That's it. So you have to go ahead,
Yes.
and whatever you have, you just have to express, as Dr. Athena told rightly. You have to express to your partner as well that you are planning it now, that you are planning it little later. Both of them have to take a
Mm.
decision together, because it becomes very easy for us as well. Because seeing, when you have when a patient comes with a unplanned pregnancy, they don't know what to do. To decide, they take 1 week, and then after 1 week again they will take a decision. So all this can be avoided if they have, some awareness about what happens next. Always, as you say, you should always have a plan A, plan B. If nothing works out, what is plan C? Always we should have that. And then
Absolutely.
go ahead. So, so
Okay.
that's very important. So being in an era of AI, Chat GPT, Google Gemini, I think we can actually ask, ask for, suggestions as
The
well. So
complete
what
plan. Yeah.
happens?
A to Z
Yeah,
plan, you can
complete plan.
plan it out.
Yeah, A
Yeah.
to C, you can plan, you can bring the plan to us so that we can tell, okay, this plan doesn't suit you. It's going to be like this in the coming years. We know what is going to be the future of medicine. So we have all, we have got adapted to it, and we have become more, it has made our job easier, because we
Yeah.
need not explain much. And we actually explain what is needed, and everything patient usually tells nowadays. So that is one important. Always we look at the positive side of it. you know Look at
Today's
the
world. Yeah. They're
positive
more,
side,
yeah.
and yeah, and then go ahead. That's all. So that is important. So these are the things which I wanted to tell. Okay.